Hello, everybody. Happy Wednesday. Happy month end. We have about, a little over 24 hours before the end of this month. And, I thought the one thing that we are missing right now, the one thing that we all need to get fired up is some awesome stories from people that are really in the trenches making it happen right now. And I wanted to really get a call together where you could hear some stories of people that have been in, but also people that are brand new that are making it happen right now. And, it's just, and not even brand new. I cannot wait for you guys to hear these stories tonight. They're so good. You're going to catch a fire in your belly like never before from hearing these. And the other thing that I wanted to do with this call is also get some stories in from some of our leaders that have been in that you just don't know their background. You don't know their story. We have so many new people signing up, and we see people's ranks and we see where people are now, but we don't know what they've been through before and how they got there. So I'm going to start out tonight's call with, first of all, one of our 200Ks, Katie Muntz. We are going to interview her tonight, hear her story, and just her journey with this company and where she's been, where she was before, and all the way to where she is now, and what Lavelle has done to change her family's life. And I think her story is going to light a fire in your bellies to where you're going to want to get off this Zoom tonight, along with these other ladies that are going to share. And you're going to want to just go tell everyone in the world, because you're going to see what's possible when you do, when you are out there every day working this business, what can happen, what you can accomplish by working super hard. Katie, are you on with me? I'm going to have you unmute and bring yourself in.
I'm here. Hi.
Yay. Katie, a lot of people are brand new right now, and there's a lot of people on our team that, they see your face. If you guys do not know Katie Muntz, she is on our team. She is incredible. I mean, her social media is out of this world. And she builds mostly through social media, but she also is, I swear to you guys, like always in my top PPA. I mean, there's thousands of people on this team, and I don't think she's ever not been in the top 20 of my PPA since she started. I mean, she is a signing machine. And a lot of people, you see her face, Katie's out there, she shows up, she's present. So a lot of you might know who she is, but you don't know her story. You don't know her background, where she came from, and what she had to do to get to where she is today. And I think hearing that is going to light a crazy fire in your bellies, because I know it is mine right now, just thinking about it. Katie, I want you to kind of start back. Where were you before you ever got into network marketing? What did your family life look like? What did your finances look like? Kind of go back there, and we'll start there.
Yeah. So, a lot of people don't know this, and it's not, I don't like thinking about it, because who likes thinking about like a depressing past and being broke and struggling? Nobody really likes thinking about that. But at the same time, I kind of love coming back to it, because it reminds me of where I'm from. And I love that I can relate to some people. So if this relates to you, I'd love to connect with you, even on social media. Just shoot me a message after, that's fine. So, growing up, you guys, I had a single mom. She had 4 kids. And I didn't know my dad. I was not a planned pregnancy. I was the product of a one night wham bam, thank you ma'am, that's me. So when I was younger, I was about 6 or 7 years old, I remember. And my dad, I had just met him. He was about 7. And my dad looked at me and he said, I never wanted you. He signed papers over. He said, I never want to see you again. To me, like I was like 7. And I remember so vividly thinking, like, what the hell did I do to deserve that as a little girl? Like, what did I do? So it was just my mom and us kids. And she was going through nursing school. If any of you guys are familiar with like nurses, or you've been through nursing school, or anyone who loves going through nursing school, you know that it is super demanding. So she was working full time. She was working second shift. And she was going to school all day during the day. So we only ever saw her in the morning before she sent us off to school. So we were raised by babysitters. We got the free school lunches. We got WIC, food stamps. We had our like HEAP paid for by the government. I think it's called HEAP or something like that. I don't remember, but we were pretty we were pretty broke, and we were robbing Peter to pay Paul. I had gotten into some trouble when I was a teenager. I have a very colorful background. I will own it wholeheartedly. I've made some mistakes in my life, and when I was 15, I was staring at a positive pregnancy test to my boyfriend of only 7 months at the time. So try being 15 years old, telling your mom, who already can't afford her own kids, that you're pregnant, right? So I had my son when I was 16. We do have a happy ending. I did end up marrying my son's father, so I'm super thankful that that all worked out. But I was working at a deli, like a corner store deli, for minimum wage. When I started, I was making $7.25 an hour. And I was probably pulling in between like $90 to $150 a week. My then boyfriend, now husband, was making like 10 or 11 bucks an hour. I think, end of the story was, you guys, we were struggling, right? I remember there were certain times where the store that I was working at when I had my son, I started working there when he was 2, and it was just him at the time. We have 3 kids now, but it was just him. And there was times, you guys, where my son was sick, and I had to go to my boss and be like, look, my son is sick. I have no money. Can I please have some Tylenol off the shelf or some Motrin off the shelf? I'll pay you back on payday. Like, do you know how hard that was for me, like a gut punch, to have to ask my boss to like basically essentially borrow or steal like a $3 bottle of Tylenol off the shelf because I couldn't afford it for my sick son, to rely on babysitters that I couldn't even afford to pay. Like, my mom babysat my son for free so we could work. We had stared at shut-off notices. I remember we had a gas bill. I was 10 months behind. We owed $1,000, and they shut our heat off in the dead of the winter. And I remember sitting down at our local churches crying because we had a 2-year-old and we had no heat. And I live in New York, so if you guys, are anywhere up north, you know that we get some pretty brutal winters. Financially, it was rough. So to say that network marketing was a lifesaver would be a complete understatement.
So how did network marketing find you? What made you decide to do something so crazy?
Okay, so I had no intentions, to be honest with you, of joining network marketing. I had a friend that I had known since grade school. I mean, our moms were friends, our dads were friends, we grew up being friends, it was whatever. And we were still connected on social media. And she was posting about this company that she was with. She kept adding me to her damn Facebook group. And I said, girl, if you add me to that group one more time, I'm going to cut you. So finally I had messaged her and I was like, look, she was with a different company. And I said, hey, if I give you $20, I'll try your product. And if it doesn't work, will you shut up and will you stop bothering me? Please, just leave me alone. Right. And she was like, oh my God, I'm so excited. So I got to her house, tried the product. It worked on me a little bit, right. And I remember she had said to me, she was like, I'm going for a bonus. And she was like, will you sign up as a distributor and I'll pay you back for your kit money. I'm just trying to get, it was $1,000 bonus or something. She's like, I'll give you the $100 back when I get my bonus. Okay. So I signed up, not even trying to promote it or anything like that. And she never even paid me back for my kit now that I think about it. So she owes me $99. But I was just sharing about the products that I had gotten in my kit. I had no intention of promoting. I was like, I got these products, I'm using them. And I was at that point, I shared everything on social media, literally the good, the bad, the very bad, the very embarrassing, everything. I was that person who shared everything on social media. My time hop makes me cringe. So I was just sharing the products. I was like, I got these things in the mail, I'm using them, how cool, who wants some, right? And I earned a $100 bonus on a whim. I didn't even know that I earned it. I just got a ding one day and I was like, you got $99. And I was like, what? And that literally, that $100 right there changed my life. I think, not even the big money, that $100 changed my life because it opened my eyes to what network marketing could be. So I had no intention of promoting anything. It was a whim and I'm so damn thankful for it, honestly.
So I know you were with one other company before Lavelle, and how did that go for you? Were you a huge success? Did you make a crap ton of money? What did that look like?
Okay, so to the outside person, it might have looked like I had a ton of success, right? Like did you see that? I just threw my pen across.
I've done that before too.
See that? Okay, so it's like to the outside world, it looked like I had my shit together. Okay, I had like these pretty pictures. I was posting that I was winning. I had promoted fairly quickly. Like when I started, it was in 2015. So like network marketing on social media was kind of new still. So we could we could be super spammy. We could be like, join my team, try my product, 3 spots left, yada 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 yada. Right? Like we could be like spammy as hell, but it was so new on social media at that point that it didn't matter. So I went through the ranks pretty quickly. I got about halfway through their compensation plan, held the leadership title, but I did end up losing my rank. And I remember I wasn't making that much money. So like to me, to the outside eye, they were like, oh my gosh, you've got your stuff together, right? You've got your ducks in a row. But behind the scenes, the compensation plan and the morals and just the way that I felt promoting what they had to offer, it didn't align with me. Like I didn't lay my head down at night feeling like I had done any good for anybody, you know what I mean? Like I almost felt guilty bringing people into an opportunity where I was flashing all this fancy stuff, like, you know, like I'm succeeding, I'm winning, we're winning, and then I was lying, and I just didn't feel very good about it. So I did that for about just under 3 years before I found Lavelle.
So when you found Lavelle, take me a little bit through that ride, and I mean, kind of through your ride since you started.
Okay, so I was introduced to Lavelle in June of 2017. Okay, so June of 2017. And I remember I was like, I'm not sticking a sticker on me, like you're crazy. I was one of those people where I legitimately blocked the woman that I signed up under, like when she joined this company, because she was with my past company as well. So when she left to join this company, I was like, you're crazy. Like I was taught that what we had there was the best, right? And I think that a lot of network marketing companies are like, don't look left, don't look right, like we're the bomb diggity. So when she left, I blocked her. And I remember I just felt so defeated. Like I was just spinning my wheels, and I was spending more than I was making. I felt so gross. So I finally unblocked her. And I remember she was on a free vacation. It was like, I never say this right. And she hates it. It's like Puerto Vallarta, right? She always corrects me. I say it wrong. She was in Mexico, basically, right? So I was like, oh my God, she's on a free trip to Mexico. I'm going to reach out. I'm just going to see what's going on. And I got a mini experience from her. And that was in October of 2017. And I was a day one thriver. I fell in love, and I thought it was a placebo. So I was like, I'm going to do a day. I made my husband even try it first because I was like, this shit don't work. So I was a day one thriver. When I finally tried it, I fell in love. And I remember, like I said, you guys, I had like no intentions of like promoting anything after this. Like in my first attempt, I was burnt, you guys. Like I had no intention of joining any other company. I was like, I just want to feel good. My younger son was only 6 months old at the time. And I had like really bad postpartum depression. Okay. And I'm not like making medical claims or anything like that, but I was just tired. Like I was just like at the point where I was like, I need something. So I got a 3-day mini, fell in love. I remember I bought like another 2 weeks from her before I decided to promote. And the only reason that I decided to promote is because I had people asking me like, you're not the same person you were 2 weeks ago. Like, what are you doing? Like, you're glowing now. You have more energy. Like, you're playing with your kids. Like, last time I was over at your house, you were sitting on the couch scrolling Facebook. Like, you know, I do nothing. You were too tired. So at that point, I wasn't even like trying to share, but I was sharing because people were asking me what I was doing. And at that point, I was like, you know what? Like, I'm just going to do it. And I looked into the compensation plan. The compensation plan blew me away. So I joined on November 15th, 2017. So it's been 2.5 years, and it's been quite a wild 2.5 years. I have it written down here, my schedule with the ranks. So I hit VIP 800 and VIP 1600 in my first 48 hours. I hit 4K in 5 days. I hit 12K in 29 days. I went 40K and 80K. I double promoted in my 3rd month in, and then I hit 200K my 7th month in. So that's how my schedule through the ranks went. But I do have some behind the scenes, Lisa, if you just want me to jump right into that, or if you have another question.
Yeah, go ahead, because I mean, I think a lot of people, you know, they see the highlight reel. They don't know that you were in another company that you were not making money with before. You were working your butt off, but you were doing those right things. You were building a network, you know, you were.
And you know, when people ask me,
when you finally found the right vehicle, it helped that you were planting those seeds and doing the right things before. But then they also see, yeah, oh my gosh, God, Katie came in and she went so fast. Life just must be amazing. And that is not what journeys look like behind the scenes. And I think people need to hear the raw and the real, because we do feel like quitting sometimes. Sometimes we lose rank. Sometimes we feel like we're not going to get there. We have all those same things.
Yeah. So, when people ask me like, okay, so like, how did you go 200K in 7 months? My answer to that is I didn't. Okay. I didn't go 200K in 7 months. I went 200K in 3 years in 7 months, because I was building my business or building my network for 3 years. I was creating relationships for 3 years. I was connecting with people, being vulnerable, showing up, learning, evolving, growing myself for 3 years. So while that journey was quick with Lavelle, I mean, I look at it as a whole. Like, it was still a whole entire journey. So it took me 3 years and 7 months to do that. But like, I saw somebody in the chat, Kiara, she said, wow, I wish I could progress that fast. And I have this written down too. It's so funny that you said that. Fast does not always mean stable. Okay, like, I'm going to say that again for the people in the back. Fast does not always mean stable. Okay, and I'm living proof of that, because a lot of things that are built fast crumble. Take it from me, you guys. A lot of things that are built fast crumble. So when we hit 200K, it was June of 2018. Okay, 2018. And I'm going to be super honest with you, and I'm going to be super vulnerable with you, because like I said, looking from the outside, you would never know this, right? I have not maintained that 200K rank since the month that we hit it. Okay, it's been 2 years almost. I have not maintained that rank since the month we hit it. I went down to being paid as an 80K. Okay, so I was paid as an 80K all the way up until July of 2019. And then in August of 2019, I was paid as a 40K. I lost my 80K. So I went from 200K down to 40K. I remember that month we ended at like 78 or something, okay? Now, the reason that I'm telling you that is because I don't want you to look left and look right. And you're going to miss your serving watching somebody else's plate. And you don't know what's behind the scenes. You don't know what they're going through. Slow and steady will win the race, you guys. I'm telling you that. So I could have quit. Okay. So in August of 2019, I had, between June, July, and August of 2019, I had 9 12Ks leave my organization. 9. And yes, some of them took their teams with them. Okay. I could have thrown my hands in the air. I could have said, well, that's it. Fun run. I could have said, well, I'm a one and done. I could have said, I'm not getting it back. Like, I could have said all these things, right? But we rebuilt. And I put my head down and I said, you know what? Like, I did it once. Our team, we did it once. We're going to do it again. Okay. Like, we obviously have proved we can do it one time. We're going to do it again. So we've completely rebuilt. And, I like Eric Worre. He's like the king of network marketing. He says this, and he says, momentum only lasts for 18 months. Okay. So unless you want to join another company every 18 months to keep that momentum, you better put your head down and you better get to work where you're at. And I still carry that with me, because, things are up and down all the time. And I always think of that, like, sure, I could start over. Sure, I could do something else. Sure, I could jump to the next best thing. And I'm going to have 18 months of momentum there. Sure, I would. And then I'm going to find myself in the same spot I'm in now. So, like, what's the point? Why waste that 18 months building something else when I have something right here I could build, when I'm already invested and I already have an organization and a product that I love? And so, what does rebuilding look like? Okay, there's a lot of things. I have notes here because I have the gift of gab. And so it looked like not entertaining any bullshit. Okay, it looked like blocking out all negativity. It looked like cutting people out of my circle. I don't care if it's my mom. I don't care if it's my best friend. I don't care if it's my cousin. I don't care if it's my neighbor. If somebody does not make me feel good, somebody does not believe in me, somebody says I'm a part of this, that, or the other, somebody's constantly bringing me down. Am I saying to cut them off and never talk to them again? Absolutely not. But what I'm saying is that unless you would trade lives with them, be very careful about the impact that they have on yours. Okay, so you wouldn't take marriage advice from somebody who's been divorced. Why would you take building a business advice from somebody who's never done it? Okay, so those people in your circle, make sure they're uplifting you. Quit blaming people. Okay, I had to quit blaming people. A lot of people don't know this, and it's a common thing that I hear. It's like, oh, well, my sponsor quit. Like, I don't have help. My sponsor quit too. Okay, like, I have no sympathy. My sponsor quit too. Like, I have not talked to her in months. Okay, guess what? We're doing A-okay. And I stopped blaming the people who left. Oh, well, if they would have stayed. Oh, well, if this person would have done that, if that person would have done that, then we'd be where we are right now. Stop blaming people, okay? It's your business. It's your organization. It's your duty to yourself and your family and your future and your dreams to show up every single day despite what anybody else is doing. I gave no excuses, like literally no excuses. My son was in the hospital for a few days. He had, they thought he was having liver failure. Thank God that was not the case, and he's perfectly fine. He's wild, but he's healthy. And I was working while he was in the hospital, right? Because not because I'm insensitive or because I didn't care that he was in the hospital, but because that income that Lavelle gave me kept me by his side, so I wasn't having to go to work. Okay. So I was no excuses. I mean, I was on a leadership Zoom when my water broke with my daughter. I was in the hospital and I was like, yo, I love you, but I gotta go. I think it's time. Right. So I had no excuses. I was working with the runners. I stopped giving a shit who quit. Okay. I stopped wanting it more for other people than they wanted it for themselves. There's going to be people who come in and quit. It's the name of the game. It happens. You guys don't think that every single promoter I sign up hits their VIPs. Don't think that every single promoter I sign up goes 12K in a month. That's not the case. Okay. That's not the case. So you lock arms with who wants to be there, and whoever doesn't want to be there, love them where they're at, bless and release, but you got to run with the ones who want it, because you're missing your next 200K by focusing on Sally Joe, who said 3 weeks ago that she was going to sign up, but her husband doesn't support her, but she promises she'll do it next Friday, and then next Friday never comes. All right. And staying consistent through everything, literally everything, the highs, the lows. It's easy to have like that adrenaline rush when, I signed a customer. Oh, somebody joined my business. Oh, somebody went VIP 800. Oh my God, they're my next runner. Like, it's easy to have that high. Okay. And it's also really easy to lose that high if you have like a week where you don't have enrollments, or you have a week where maybe your posts are like crickets. Okay. Your emotions can't be up and down. The way you work your business can't like depend on how your enrollments are. You have to work your business, whether your PPA is 20 or your PPA is 2, you have to work your business the exact same through it all, like literally through it all. Because let me tell you what, all those seeds that you planted when you were up here, they're going to harvest. And if they're ready to harvest and you're like way the heck down here and you're not being consistent because you had one shitty week, then guess what? Those seeds are harvesting, but they're harvesting with somebody else. So stay consistent. And with all that being said, our teams, I haven't checked my volume yet, like in the last hour or so, but
I was just going to say to you, when did you say you were 40K last year?
It was August of 2019.
Last August, you were back down to 40K. You had lost 9 12Ks. Can you tell everybody what your volume is today, right now?
As of right now?
Katie, I can tell you for you.
Who are you?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, but I can't see who it is.
It's Jamie.
It's me.
Oh, hi, Jamie. I'm here right now. You can say it, or I can say it on
No,
here.
pull it up. Go.
Okay. So as of right now, let me just tell you guys, I have not maintained my 200K rank since the month we hit it. Okay, and that's just me being so real. As of right now, my volume is 195,759. Okay. So what is that?
One more day.
2.5 years since I've joined this business, and it has been a constant up and down, a constant roller coaster. But let me tell you, you guys, the reason, and I wholeheartedly believe this, you will not get what you're not ready for. Okay. God humbled my ass real quick. Like, my checks went from like up here to down here, and God humbled me. He was like, you ain't ready for it. Like, you're not ready for it. I wasn't ready for, I didn't grow enough. I wasn't humble enough. Like, I was in that mindset where it was like, oh, it's Tuesday, I'm getting a paycheck. That's where I was at. Okay. And now when it's Tuesday, I'm texting my girls. I'm like, what's your paycheck? I'm so excited. Like, I will ask them about their payday before I check mine. Okay. So like, I wasn't humble enough. I had to grow more. I wasn't prepared for what it takes to lead a 200K team. So it's easy to look right now and go, man, I wish I was 200K. But let me ask you this. Okay. Our team does work with me Zooms every single morning. I lead a team page. I'm in about 15 team chats. I'm constantly in 3-ways. I'm giving away all of my credits. I'm buying my own products, right? I'm hopping on Zooms. I'm doing FaceTimes. I'm staying up late. I'm getting up early. I'm personal developing. I'm driving 2.5 hours in a freaking snowstorm this last January to go speak at a Lavelle local. Are you ready to do that? Like, okay, you want to be 200K. Are you ready to do that? Are you ready to have 3,000 people leaning on you? Okay. Sometimes, see, we're shaking our heads no, and it's okay. Be honest. Like, for real, be honest. Like, sometimes you have to grow. You have to grow yourself, and you don't want to be given something that you're not ready for. And I was given a 200K team that I was not ready for, and that's why it was taken away. And I'm ready for it now. Like, I'm a different. Looking back, like, I don't know who I was in June of 2018 when we hit 200K. Like, I can look back and I don't recognize that person anymore. Okay, I don't entertain the same crap. I don't have the same crap mindset. I care more about others' success than I do myself. I've grown myself as a person and as a leader, and now I'm ready for that. So you have to grow yourself, and just think that if you're not where you want to be right now, don't think like, what more can my team do? Baby, what more can you do to get there? Because you are the only person that's holding yourself back from that. You have to grow yourself.
You know, you're the second time I cried today. And we're about to hear from the person that I cried from at 6 o'clock this morning for the first time. But it's so exciting. Oh my gosh. Like, I am teary-eyed because, you know, you tell so many people as a leader, just keep going, just stick with it. You are going to get there when it's your time. And you did, and everyone on here will, if you just have the faith. You didn't let those things that hit you in this business. You know, a lot of people, let's just be real, a lot of people would have either quit, been on to their third company. They would have let what happened defeat them. And I'm telling you, it would have literally stopped them from being where they were meant to be always, which is where you're going right now. And it's only the beginning, you guys. Like, if you don't even understand how young Lavelle is, we are in a 7.5-year-old company that hasn't even made its mark yet. You know, in 10 years, where we'll all be if we stick with this and fight through the lows and soar through the highs. Can you imagine? It's just incredible. And Katie, your story was so needed, and everyone needs to know that what happens when you fight through and you stick with it and you believe in yourself. And the tips that you gave tonight, just priceless. I hope you guys go back, and if you need to watch this a second time or a third time, then that's what you need to do. But everything Katie said, this isn't magic, guys. We don't have, you know, there's not something that Katie knows that she's not telling you. It is hard work, dedication, consistency, fighting through those lows that we're all going to hit and those valleys that we all end up in, and then eventually climbing the mountain. I mean, that's exactly where you'll go, is exactly where your goals are. And I love when you said, Katie, are you ready to be there? You weren't ready to take on, you didn't have the mindset of a 200K yet. You did not have the work mentality yet. You didn't have the things that you needed at that point to maintain that rank. And here you are later, you have fought your way, which is so much sweeter. You know, the story is so much grander. Your story, because of what you've gone through, has just impacted, the 150 people that decided to get on here today. And so many more that are going to listen to this replay because it's so huge. So, Katie, thank you. Everything.
You're welcome. And if I could just say one more thing too, real quick. I don't want to take up too much time. I literally was born to talk. You guys, I just want you to understand that you are not working for Tuesday. Okay. Like, we love payday. We do. It's great. That's fine. You're not working for next Tuesday. And if your mindset is next Tuesday, then you got to switch that, because my mindset is 5 years from now. My mindset is putting my parents' bills on auto pay. My mindset is being debt free. My mindset is, going on missions trips and not having to fundraise for it and funding it myself. Like, that's what I want. My mindset is helping my kids, pay for their college without having to have them work part-time or full-time on the weekend to afford their books, which are expensive as hell, by the way. Like, that's where I'm at. So if I have a Tuesday, and let me tell you what, I've seen my checks go from like 4,000 to 500. Okay. They go up and they go down. And I could have walked away when they went down. but let me tell you that you're not working for next Tuesday. There's so much more, and don't let a Tuesday, okay, whether it be good or bad or in between, don't let a Tuesday, derail you from what you're called to do here. So that's just what I wanted to say.
Oh my gosh, couldn't have ended that any freaking better. Thank you so much, Katie.
You're welcome.
I want to bring on this next amazing lady. I miss when the time zone changed. Kayla Fox's 6 a.m. Zoom now became 4 a.m. for me instead of 5. And I normally wake up at 5. But for some reason this morning, I woke up at 4 in time to catch the Zoom this morning. And I am so glad I stinking did, because I was there to witness Brittany Hyder hit 12K while we were on that Zoom. And she had quite a few of us teary-eyed and crying. You guys, there was no doubt in my mind that I had to get her on a call tonight so you can hear her story, because her journey with Lavelle has not been an easy ride. Her journey with the COVID virus has not been an easy ride. And Brittany, I want you to unmute yourself and come in and just share with everybody your story. What were you doing before you did this? How long have you been with Lavelle? I want to hear the whole story because it's so good.
Okay. I might cry again, but whatever. It's fine.
That's okay. I might too. Go ahead.
Okay. So we'll start at the very beginning, I guess. I started college at 18 and dropped out after a semester when I met the love of my life, my husband. I didn't know what I wanted to do when I grew up, just like everybody else. Nobody knows what the hell they want to do when they grow up. But so I dropped out and I started bartending and waitressing, and I put him through school, and I started working for a construction association, and I loved it. And about, what year was it? 2017, that company crumbled. I actually worked for my mother there, and they let her go, which was a huge shock because she was the vice president of the company. And when they let her go, I was like, well, I'm not staying either. This is stupid. So that was October of 2017. And so rewind just a little bit. I technically signed up as a promoter July 2017. I had a 3-day sample from a friend. I loved the way that it made me feel. I accidentally clicked the promoter button, and I got a kit. I got 3 months worth. And after that, I stopped using it for a year. I got busy with work. I got busy with quitting my job and trying to go somewhere else. My mom and I started a business together in that time. And when Destination to 12K started, which I believe was October of 2018, right? I wrote down dates. Brittany learned to read. So July 2018 is when I really got serious with Lavelle. I started the Burn Experience when it was released. I saw huge results from that, and I was like, damn, this stuff is good. I need to start sharing it. So I shared it with a few close friends. I still wasn't really promoting. I had 0 downline. My sales were $200 a month, and it was from me buying Burn. So when Destination started in October 2018 is when I really was like, okay, I need to buckle down and make some money because I'm a dumbass and just quit the job that I had been at for 10 years because I let my mom go. I've got to do this. So I went 4K on December 29th and I lost it until April 2019. And then I lost it again. So I hit 4K again this year, February. I was 5K last month, and this morning I hit 12K.
So tell me what prompted you to get your ass to work.
So I've always been posting, and I love the products. I love what they do for me. I went from a size 18 to a size 10. I wholeheartedly believe in this. I just never had the time until the virus, lovely COVID. So my mom owns a very small business, and when the virus hit, we shut down. And I came home and she was like, it's fine. I'll take out a bunch of loans and for her, I work off of base and bonuses, mostly bonuses. But she's like, don't worry, it's fine. I'll take out loans and you'll be fine. And I was like, well, that's just stupid, Mom. I'm not going to have your company close and you lose all your dreams just because you're trying to keep me afloat. That's dumb. I can get off my ass. I'm home. I'm literally sitting in front of a freaking computer and a phone for 24 hours a day. I can work. So I did. And I just gave up all the excuses. It didn't matter that I didn't have an upline. It didn't matter that I didn't have a downline. I've had Nikki for a year. Thank God she has kept me alive. But I had nobody. I had nobody. I had Amanda Arnett was my next one up, and Kaylee and I just got close this year. But my entire line between Kaylee and me bounced. So it doesn't matter if you don't have an upline, you don't have a downline. Grab a sideline. Grab somebody that inspires you and run like hell with them.
I think with a lot of people, what I have found over the last 10 years is it's really just that mindset shift. They suddenly go, I'm going to do this. Watching somebody that's been in for, 2 years, not do anything. And then one day they're like, I'm 12K or I'm 40K. I mean, it happens all the time. And the only difference between when they first came in and 2 years later was the fact that they shifted their mindset and they decided to get to work. And that's exactly what you did. You didn't make excuses. A lot of people would have said, oh my gosh, we just lost our jobs because of COVID. That means everyone around me probably did. Well, I'm never going to be able to get anybody to join this business with me. How will I even grow it? Like, there's so many people that let that negativity seep in and they use it as their excuse not to grow. And you used it to fuel you and to fuel your fire. And literally getting to work has brought you in just a couple months from $200 in your own personal volume to 12K, you guys. 12K, the auto bonus level. If you guys are new on here, that means that, when she adds her 4 paychecks together, she's going to be seeing, over $1,000 a month. She's going to be seeing an auto bonus. That's game-changing money. That's life-changing money. And it's all because you kind of got out of your own way. So a couple tips really quick before I go on to our next guest. What would you do if you are somebody that is trying to run for anything right now and do it in the next day?
It really is just all mindset. So for me, I've obviously technically been in this for 3 years, technically, but I had nothing, but I did have some free accounts. So I got out of my own way and I stopped being scared of the no. I messaged people. I commented on their shit. I started doing TikTok. Who the hell am I? And I get so many messages about that. Oh my God, I love your energy. How the hell are you having energy during this shit? I know you're not working right now. I'm like, well, actually, technically I am. I got my energy from this and I'm making my money this way. And even people on TikTok are like, oh girl, you got that sticker. I got that sticker too. So like, I don't know. I just get out of your own damn way. Ask people. The worst they can say is no. And if they do, so what? To be honest, if you bring up the conversation, they're probably going to bring it up later. Like, I've watched this girl for 2 months and her energy is still banana sacks. Like, I want that shit. My kids are driving me bananas. I don't have kids, but I got 4 dogs. I run a foster home. My life is banana sacks. They drive me nuts. And when people see that I'm calm with them, they're like, God, I could use that. I could use that calm.
It is. It's a mindset shift. And then who cares, you guys? Like, who cares if somebody says no? It's always a no unless you ask. Like, it's an automatic no if you do not put yourself out there. And some of those people that you're just assuming will be a no could be a yes. You don't know unless you ask. And it's just going all in, deciding not to care. Really, that's what I'm getting out of it.
And not only, it's not a no, it's a not right now. It's never a no for me. It's not my time right now. I'm not ready for it right now. And the people who have the free accounts, so this is a big one for me too. So when I started, I thought You have to take the 3 steps. You must do all 3. You must. But since I've kind of changed that aspect to the dynamic duos, or maybe they just want the hair stuff, or maybe they just want pure, or they just want balance. It's okay if they don't have a $150 order. It's okay if they want 1 or 2 products. You work with your customers and their budget. And by doing that, 1, you're showing great customer service. 2, you're listening to their needs and not pushing something down their throat. Yes, I love the 3 steps. I believe wholeheartedly in them. But if you don't have that 150, that's fine. Let's start you with the capsules. That's fine. Let's start you with just this. You got $40, girl, that balance lasts 2 months. That's shitsthebomb.com. Let's start you on that. And when they get 1 in hand, they want 2 and 3. So bring them in low if you have to, because they're going to stay if you work with them, work with their budget, and you care.
How much are Kayla Fox's scripts helping you?
Oh, a lot.
Yeah, if you guys are not plugged into Kayla Fox's scripts, I believe Amanda Arnett posted her email to get on the email list. You guys, these scripts are incredible. The wording that Kayla uses, she makes it so if you were blind, deaf, and dumb, you could do this. Like literally, she lays it out for you and goes, here you go. This is what you say. This is how to say it. And I mean, it truly is just so stinking good. Yeah, Amanda said it's in the team page. So if you guys are not part of that list, it's a great way for you to start. You know, if you're pushing towards anything by the end of the month, whether that's thriving for free, but so you guys, you've got a day left to get 2 people in to get thriving free, so that on the 2nd of the month you get your account loaded with credits. And do you know what that means? You now have credits in your account that you can use to incentivize to bring in customers and promoters next month. It's your start to a brand new business. Thriving for free is so much more than you could ever even imagine, because it truly is your in for starting your business. And then think about, you know, if you're trying to go VIP 800 by the end of the month, or 1600, or if you're trying to hit 4K, or if you just have a goal that you want to be at 1,000 in volume or 2,000, it doesn't have to be a rank. Set a goal tonight and say, I don't care where you all are at right now, whether it is I need to thrive for free, whether it's I just want to my first customer. I don't care what that is. You need to set a goal right now and make sure by tomorrow night at midnight, you make no excuses, just like Brittany did, and you go after it. Go after the goal that you set for yourself, and you make it happen. Brittany, thank you so much. It was so awesome being on.
Can I add one more thing?
Absolutely.
So one thing that I'm sure you've heard a million times from people, and I'm going to reiterate it because I didn't believe it until I started doing it. Use people for 3 ways. I started doing it. Let me tell you, Beth, she's brand new on my team. That girl puts me in 3 ways left and right. And she is at, I think, like 5,000 in volume in her first month. Use your upline, downline, sideline, overline, whatever all the words are. Use people for 3 ways. They're the biggest and most amazing asset you have. And we're here for you. I may not be on your team, but if you need me, message me. I will help. Everybody on this team will help.
Amen. 3, third-party credibility, you guys. Oh my gosh. How many times do y'all have to hear it? Third-party credibility is absolutely huge. Hold on, we got somebody going rogue here. You know what I'm going to do? Brittany, thank you so much. I appreciate you. I am so excited for you because I know this is only the beginning now that you've got your head down and you've made your mind up. Sky is truly the limit, and I have a feeling you're going to be flying through the ranks now that you have set your mind to it. I am super excited for our next guest. 2 years ago, this chick drove 20 hours, I think, like across country.
Last year.
Last year she drove 20 hours, Jamie, to like make sure she was in Dallas. And Shannon Elizabeth, I'm going to have you unmute yourself.
Okay.
There you are. And you know, you've been in Lavelle for a little while, and then all of a sudden, literally within the last 4 to 5 months, your business is just, you're exploding. You're like, you have put your head down, changed your mindset. You're in it to win it. Like everything is changing. And I would love for you to share with everybody, you know, what happened. How long have you been in? Kind of like, what's different now?
So I I got a mini from Jamie in 2017, and I was a day one thriver. And then I hit the promoter button knowing absolutely nothing. I had no idea how to promote. I had no idea what I was doing. And I kind of wish that I had waited, but I tried promoting, and I don't know. I don't think I was in the right mindset. I work full time on a dairy farm, so like I am pretty busy outside of Laval, and I don't know. I definitely wasn't in the right mindset. And then we were kind of like struggling with money and stuff, and I knew how much these products had changed my life. And with I struggle with a lot of mental illnesses like depression and a panic disorder and stuff, and I'm very tired all the time. So like Thrive has definitely helped me get that energy up, and I knew I just wanted to share it, and it took a bit, but I just decided one day, like, enough is enough. Like, people need to know about this, and I'm just gonna share it.
So literally in the last 4 or 5 months, you've gone 4K.
Yeah.
And you started, like Jamie even said, like your posting changed on Facebook. Like you just like
Let me
totally-
pull this out of her. Let me pull this out of her. She's
Okay.
nervous as heck, you guys.
Oh, girl,
She
it's
was like-
okay. And I get it because I suffer from anxiety and panic attack. And I used to have like, well, I still do. People don't even know it, but like horrible, bad social anxiety. So getting me on stuff like this before was like pulling teeth. So I so appreciate you doing this because I totally I get the nerves, girl.
My
so
anxiety tried to like talk me out of it.
you guys, Shannon, when she says she works a full-time job, this girl is literally up at like 3 o'clock in the morning or 3:30 in the morning to get up and go to her job. And it was like a light bulb went off. I don't know what it is. I can't pinpoint what it was. Oh, can you hear me? Somebody's saying they can't hear.
Yeah.
I don't know.
No, we can hear. We're good.
And it was like it was a different Shannon that came to the forefront of her business. And it's weird. I mean, you drove like 24 hours last year to come to Dallas, and it did jumpstart your business. And you created some really great relationships. But what happened in the last 4 months to go from the Shannon that left Dallas and still kind of stalled out to the Shannon that was like,
Kayla Zooms, honestly. I get on Kayla Zooms every morning. It doesn't matter that if I'm milking the cows or not. I throw my headphones in and I am plugged in. And like, I might not be able to take notes, but I'm taking everything in. And the gratitude, like doing our gratitude every morning has made such a difference in just like starting my day positively. And I just, no excuses. That's what I just needed to
and
stop.
your social media changed. Your social media has completely changed. And so what did you do? Because I know that at the beginning you were like, I just don't know what to say. Like, I don't know what to post. I don't know how to be inspiring to people. And that was one of the biggest ahas for me, was when I started to see your social media change, and people that have been watching you for 2 years literally went from nowhere to be found to commenting and liking on your posts, and then asking more questions. And how do you look so beautiful milking cows, talking about how so you're thankful at 4 o'clock in the morning. So like what changed for you to change what your social media looked like?
Well, I can't remember. It was posted somewhere about how Kaylee takes like posts from other people and just saves them. And kind of rewords them, and that has been huge for me because like I am terrible with wording. Like, and that was my biggest thing. Like I would try to make a post, but then it would end up being like super long and like just probably not that interesting to read. So I have like in my notepad in my phone, I have tons and tons and tons of posts saved, and then I just go in and change them up so they are like more me. And it's been huge. Like the amount of interaction that I'm getting on them is just, it's crazy, the difference.
Yeah, I love that. I love that tip because I know even myself, like so many people, I'll put like a bomb post. If it's inappropriate, it's usually authentically me, you guys, but you know that. But when it's something that's like a good post, like meaty or something that like is truly inspirational, chances are I've probably snagged it from somebody else's posts, put it in my notes, and just gone through the wording so that I can make it sound like me. And I love that that's all you did, that you didn't need to reinvent the wheel, that you didn't need to be in front of your computer for an hour coming up with your morning post is going to be. You just find what inspires you, find what you relate to, and then just flip the script into what you would type it out as.
Well, and you
Yeah.
can tell that she plugs in too, Jamie. Like she just said Kaylee's name. She said Kayla's name. Like you're plugging in. That's how you're learning to do this stuff. Like those of you guys that are not taking the time to, like, we're not expecting you to get up at 6 a.m. or 4 a.m. on the West or on my time zone. But these things are recorded. If you're not taking the time to get on our team Zooms to, you know, Stacy has Sunday nights, Amanda has Monday nights. We have Thursday nights. We're going to start having this on Wednesday nights. Our upline Chastity has Wednesday nights at 9. Like there is no lack of information out there. So if you are not plugging in, like, you know, and I'll tell you what, like you have got to be, Shannon, the hottest cow milker I have ever met in my life. Like
she's a beast. Yeah. So
you need
Shannon,
to be like
Shannon just went 4K.
Playboy of cow milkers. Like, do they have one of those?
I feel like we're talking about a different subject down in the down country. Okay. But Shannon went 4K, you guys. Over 2 years you have been with Lavelle. Yeah. And you just hit the rank of 4K, earned your double commission, and not a cent was given to you or placed underneath your organization to hit that rank. How freaking good does that feel to know that this was, and you, how close were you last month? How close were you?
I got 90% last month. I was 90% to 4K. Yeah.
And a lot of people, you guys, would give up. That would be like oh my God, I did so much work. This is too much. And you on the first of the month were like, let's effing do this. Like, I'm so ready. And I can tell the change in you in the last 4 or 5 months from making no excuses. Brittany, if you're taking pictures, the rule, if I'm on, is you take nice pictures so I don't look like a
Jamie's internet sucks in the country. Will you please move out of Canada? No, I'm just joking.
Oh, it sucks.
I keep losing it.
But I love that, Lisa. I love that you said that. Is that the only thing that changed in your business? She showed up to conference. It didn't change a ton. It changed a little bit because she saw the culture that we had, but your business didn't change that much. It was when you decided that you were going to plug in, that you were going to start getting involved, you were going to start posting on social media and show people what this life is like, that your business is completely transformed. I have no doubt that that in the next month or two, you will be a 12K.
I hope so. I'm going to work so hard at it.
Oh, it's only the beginning, Shannon. And I just want to thank you so much for just hopping on and sharing, because whether you understand it or not, it's inspiring to people to know that, look, there's a lot of people on here that have been in 2 years, 3 years, and they have not hit 4K yet. And they start giving up hope that maybe they will never get there. But hearing from someone like you just shows that all you have to do is start plugging in, change your mindset, and get over yourself a little bit, and you can see results, you know? So just know that you being brave and coming on here, I totally get it. It's so nerve-wracking, but I appreciate you, and I just want to thank you so much for doing it.
Thank you for having me. It makes me feel good that I actually did it.
Yeah, you're gonna be so proud of yourself. Yes, you are gonna be so proud of yourself, and you're gonna like be like, oh my god, 12K is easy after that. 12K is so easy after that. So my last guest tonight, you guys, I actually may be pulling in a surprise guest that doesn't even know I'm gonna call on them, but you know that's how I roll. So she might be mad at me. But our last guest is Candace Phillips. Candace, I want to bring you in. Candace is new. Okay, Candace has been rocking out her business. She has not been in that long. She's come in and she's on fire right now. And I wanted to bring Candace in. Candace, can you unmute yourself?
I'm unmuted.
There you are. Candace, first of all, thank you for hopping on. I know these things can be nerve-wracking, especially like you're new and we're all like, hey, can you come and talk to like a couple hundred people and then like 1,000 that are going to watch after on a Zoom? But people need to hear from you because right now I think so many people think that, oh my gosh, it's the coronavirus. Who's going to sign with me right now? And then who's going to be able to find people to sign with them? When in all actuality, I mean, Jamie and I were talking today, we're like, holy crap, our numbers are crazy. I was like, I thought we were going to take a hit from the coronavirus. It has not happened. Like, it's just nuts. But I wanted you to come in and share a little bit about what's going on. Like, you come in and you're kind of on fire, and just what have you been doing?
Well, for me, it's funny that you bring up the coronavirus because the coronavirus is actually what got me in with this company right now. I had actually thrived 2, maybe 3 years ago. It was right when Black Label came out because I remember finding out Black Label was coming out, and then my psychiatrist told me stop everything because she needed to get me on the right medication. And she said, you can't take anything else. We need to get you on the right medication. That took 2 years. So for the last 6 months, I've been working with her to be able to start taking supplements and vitamins again. Like just being able to take B12 during the day. And, you know, when I thrived the first time, it was amazing. It was phenomenal. I felt fantastic 24/7. I think I thrived for about 2 months. And I was not a promoter at the time. I was just a customer. And so when she made me stop, it sent me down a downward spiral. And then I was able to get back on it. I actually saw Cindy's post. She had posted the Post-it note post where it said, you know, which one are you? And it's like, you need $400. You need this. You're tired. You're, you know, all this stuff. And I was like, well, I'm all of those. And I messaged her, and at the time I was actually suffering from bronchitis for the second time in 6 months. And with all this fear of COVID, I was absolutely terrified, and I wanted something that would just help strengthen my immune system a little bit more than what it, you know, because I was being impacted. Not to mention the fact that, you know, my dad has COPD, he has diabetes, you know, I knew that Thrive could help with that. So I was like, you know what, go ahead. What's the difference in being a promoter and what's the difference in being a customer? And she said, well, as a promoter, you get paid. I said, okay, what link do I need to sign up for that? And so I knew what Thrive was before I got my kit. And I think that benefited me a lot. I joined April 11th. And by April 16th, I still had not gotten my kit. I think I ordered the $200 promoter kit. I still hadn't even gotten it yet. And I hit my VIP 800 and VIP 1600 because I knew the product. I knew it was good. And I knew who I needed to go ahead and contact. I've been in direct sales since 2015. So I already kind of, just like Katie said earlier, I already kind of had a platform. You know, I already had a group of people that trusted me and knew that if I was going to bring them something, it was going to be good. So that definitely helps. But you don't really need that with Thrive if you know what Thrive can offer you. So I definitely think that it's just as possible for anyone that's coming into it just off of a 3-day experience. As long as you keep in mind, you know, this is what this does for my body. Everyone should be able to feel this good. And you share that passion with everybody, then you're golden. I think that's the one basic thing that, as everybody gets further, and I can say this with experience with the other direct sales, as you get further and as you get into the company more, you start to forget the basics. And the basics are always, why did I fall in love with this product to begin with? What made me want to start selling it? And Thrive is one of those things that not only do I love it and I love what it does for me as a person, but it gives me the energy to push it on other people too. And just like Brittany said earlier, you know, for me, it's not no's. I've gotten several no's. I actually got ghosted twice today. I was talking to Hannah, one of my uplines. I was like, I don't like being ghosted. Not twice, one day, you know, and it happens, but you have to keep going because you know how good
right. Yeah, it's
good it
hold
is.
on, there we go. So I kind of wanted to pull in with you really quick a special guest that doesn't know she's a special guest, but I'm about to call her out right now. Cindy Gerhardt. Would you unmute yourself?
Yay, Cindy!
I will
Cindy,
unmute myself. I'm here, but I don't promise you can hear
okay.
me.
The reason I had to pull you in is because when Amanda started kind of like sharing everything with me, I was like, okay, I'm going to surprisingly pull Cindy in because Cindy, you are the epitome of, I see your name everywhere. You've been in Lavelle for a while. You've been doing all the right things, and you have now suddenly hit a worker. And I wanted to talk to you a tiny bit about that because sometimes, I mean, when you've been, how long have you been with Lavelle?
2 years.
2 years. And like, let's just be candid with people. How far have you gotten rank wise and all of that?
I hit 4K last year in March, and then I just hit it again yesterday.
And you've been in 2 years, and you know, I see you show up, you get on Zooms, you are, and I also have seen Candace. I mean, you're already like answering questions for people. Candace is already out there like, yeah, what do y'all need? And that's really what it takes when you come into a business like this. Those are the wrong color. Irritated. Sorry, I just got something in the mail that's the wrong color. Don't you hate when that happens? But Candace, that's the kind of person you need to be, guys. You need to be a Candace. Like, Candace is not waiting around for anybody. I'm pretty sure she's not waiting around for anybody to find her the answers. She's finding them. She's making sure it's happening. She's already answering questions for people that have been in longer than her because she's jumping in and she's taking the bull by the horns. And Cindy, I wanted to bring you in for a minute because, I mean, did you give up hope that maybe you were going to find a Candace?
No, I don't allow myself to do that. I just knew that it would come when it was time.
How exciting is it that it's happening?
Yeah, it's very exciting. I'm pretty excited about it. She's on fire. She lit a new fire under my butt. And so I've just kind of been going and I watch Kayla and you and Brittany and Stacy. I watch all of y'all. I like troll your pages. But those newsletters of Kayla's, those are golden. If somebody is not receiving those and not using those, you're missing out. I've been a messenger now for 3 days, just literally being what I have told my customers, like I am the queen of budget bundles right now because I've had people come in, they're like, I can't do that. I can't do the 150. I'm still waiting on my unemployment because we're in Indiana and sadly we're all still waiting. And, you know, I'm like, okay, well, let's do this instead. And in fact, the girl that just put me over the top for the goat promotion right before this Zoom, she went in, she was just going to get balance and sculpt. And next thing I know, she ordered $174. So don't give up.
Don't give up, you guys. I mean, if you're listening to this, your Candace is out there. I mean, you stay consistent, Cindy. You plug in. You have just, you've gone at your own pace, and now you've hit somebody that sees the vision like you do. And I mean, if this Zoom tonight has not shown you guys with hearing these ladies' stories that this is about mindset, timing, running into the right people, and it will happen if you stick with it, that it takes time. I mean, I don't know what other Zoom you could be on that could possibly give you the vision of what's to come when you stick with this. And I wanted to ask you, Candace, tips for anybody that is brand spanking new, and let's say they are sitting here shooting for something, whether it's thriving for free, whether it is they want to get to 4K by the end of the month, or whatever they're shooting for, signing their first customer. In the next 24 hours, what would you do?
Well, before I answer that, I just want to say that, you know, you said, you know, you asked Cindy, how does it feel to have a Candace? One, I thank you. I appreciate that. But two, you know, it feels pretty amazing to have a Cindy, because in all honesty, until just now, I didn't know that I hit 4K before she did. You know, like, she does not act like that at all. She acts like a 200K when she's
She
talking.
does. You are absolutely right about that.
You know, so it's mentality, and it's drive, and it's passion all the way around. You know, it's whether you're 4K or whether you're 200K. I honestly believe that if you have the mindset of a 200K, you will get there, whether it takes 7 months or 3 years and 7 months, like Katie said. You know, it's you just have to keep having that passion every single day, and don't ever give up and let it slack. You know, we have things in our life all the time that get in the way, and we allow them to be excuses. But, you know, Cindy, she kept going, and every day she's with me, and every day if I have a question, she's right there with me, and I could not be more grateful for that. But on to your question, my biggest advice is leadership. And I believe it was Brittany that said it earlier. Your leadership doesn't have to come from above you. It can come from beside you. I actually have a chat group that I made with my team that I've created, you know, just because we've all been friends for years and years and years. So I decided to make a little chat group for us. And I actually added a friend of mine that just joined Thrive on someone else's team. I don't know if she's in here watching tonight, but she's actually on somebody else's team. And I go back and forth with her too. It does not matter who you're looking to or who you're fighting with. Have someone there. Have an accountability partner. Have someone that will keep you honest in this, and keep you honest with yourself, and keep you pushing forward, because that's the biggest goal. You're going to find at times that even with Thrive's energy levels, you just hit your two ghosts in one day, and you're just like, oh, I just want to be done. I'm so upset with this. But you can't. You have to keep going, and you have to keep pushing for that yes, because 1 in 10 is a yes. Remember that. 1 in 10 is a yes, and no is a no. It's a not right now. If you can remember those things, then you're golden.
You know, I just want to say, you pointed out, I think one of the biggest things that every person on here needs to remember: leadership is not about a title. Leadership is how you show up every single day. It's not about a rank. You know, there's people on our team that I literally think that they're like 200Ks. I'm like, she's not a 200K, because they show up every single day. It is about showing up. It is not about the rank. Will come if you show up, if you get out there and do what you're supposed to do every day, if you stay consistent, if you stay motivated, if you plug in, the rank will come. 2 years, 4 years, 5 years, 7 years, the rank is going to follow. It's just a matter of time of finding, you know, another you. You know, Cindy found another Cindy, you know, somebody else that sees the vision, that has the passion, that has the excitement. Amanda Arnett, did you want to pop in really quick and say something before we end out? Because I know you're probably chomping at the bit.
You're calling me out, huh?
Listen,
I know you're sitting here dying like, oh my gosh, I'm so proud. These are my people.
I am, like, the entire call. Like, listen, this call is like blowing my mind, from everything that Katie has said, Shanna has said, that Brittany has said, that Cindy has said, that, I mean, Candace, like, you guys, seriously, like if you're on here right now and you're like, you're just spinning your, like, listen, first of all, you want to understand something right now is like every single person that you heard things coming out of their mouth, it was a mindset shift. It was a time where they just decided. And I can't express that into you enough. There comes a time where you're like, you know what? I'm doing it. Like, I'm done with my bullshit excuses and I'm making it happen. And Jamie will tell you, we pretty much had that same exact mindset when we came into this business. I know Lisa did as well. And listen, not everybody is. And like Katie was saying, it wasn't a 7-month journey for her. It was a 3-year journey for her. And, you know, when she said that, I thought about, man, like the experience that I had prior to joining Lavelle prepared me to be the leader that I needed to be and wanted to be, right? And each person that came on tonight that shared, they had that moment of, oh, I need to make this work. And Candace, you reminded me of this ignorance on fire that I had in the very, very 7 years ago when I began this whole journey. Literally, I didn't get to, you know, try the product. I had heard of the product, but really hadn't tried it. And just kind of got started in this whole arena, and it was a hustle. It was straight hustle. I opened up the doors and kept on seeing more opportunities, and the harder that I worked, the more that I plugged in, the more that I did, the more people that I helped along that journey. Like, you're coming in with such a wisdom already that I'm just like, whoo, she's like talking, spilling the mind, like just all this stuff, like plugging in, getting her team integrated, working with them, helping them. Like, she's got 3-way chats. Like, I mean, she started out, and bravo to Cindy. She's been putting every single person that's coming in 3-way chats with multiple uplines. Okay. Not just even one. She's putting them in multiple uplines. So these people have tons and tons of access, you know, for all this stuff. So it's like, I just want you guys to realize and learn a lesson from the beginning of this call today when Katie started talking. You know, you can only handle what you are prepared to handle. Okay. And I'm going to tell you guys right now, a 200K team is a lot to handle. It is a lot to handle. You're dealing with complaints that you got to suck it up and figure it out. Okay. Like, that's how it goes. Like, so like when you hear me come into a chat or somebody get onto a Zoom and be like, cut the crap, like, quit the excuses, quit the whining, quit the bitching, because we know that's not going to solve anything. And our time is money, and your time is money too. So you don't waste it on negative mindset. You waste it on positive things that are going to propel you forward, right? And I'm going to just say this. The last thing that just was that light bulb moment was when Candace said, I didn't even know Cindy I hit 4K before Cindy. You would have thought she was a 200K. And you guys, it's because of her actions and the way that she showed up, her confidence, her plugging herself in, her plugging her team in, her providing the resources. Just like Cindy came on and said, Kayla's Zooms, Kayla's emails. You guys, listen, it's not about knowing how to prepare all of this stuff and knowing all of the things, just like Shannon and the post and learning that tip from Kaylee. I was just like aha moments of people saying they got this from this person and this from that person, and they applied it to their game. That's all it's about. It's not about knowing everything. It's about how you can find what it is that you need. And that's the same thing if you go into it with your customers. How can you find what it is they need, whether that's a health or wellness goal, that's a financial goal, that's a community goal, that's a, you know, just a friendship goal, because some people just need that friendship, guys. Some people just need people to believe in them until they believe in themselves. And I just want to congratulate every single one of you guys that are on this call tonight, every single one of you guys that spoke on this call tonight. We are in the middle of a flipping pandemic, and everybody's teams are exploding. Okay, let that sink in. Okay, and Lisa, I have nothing else to say. I could keep on going all night long. I'm just so proud of every single person that spoke tonight, because it is truly what this business is all about. What they had said.
It is, and it's like, guys, oh my gosh, like, I wish I could just make all of you see that your time is going to come if you don't give up. Stop letting the doubts and the fear creep in, and know, you know, you can't be a 200K until you can act like a 200K. Cindy conduct her business every day like she is a 200K. She was putting herself out there and drawing the right people to her because she is portraying herself to be where she wants to be. That's all it's about. And you'll be that same place. But if every other day you're starting over, if every other day you're quitting and then giving up for a week and then deciding to start again, you're just never getting started. When is the day you go, okay, how many of these Zooms do I need to get on? How many stories do I need to hear? How many tips do I need to write down before I get it? Before I go, okay, take quitting off the table. I'm invested. I'm going to wake up every day and run this like a business. And this is going to take me to money eventually. Eventually, I will get there, because that is the truth. You will get to whatever goal you have set in your mind, whether that is 12K, thriving for free, 40K, 80K, 200K, millionaire, wherever that is in your mind. It is only the only difference between you and me and Amanda and Katie, Jamie. The only difference is the amount of time we put in and consistency. That's it. Put in the same amount of time, hard work, and consistency that we have, and I promise you, you're going the same place. It's just a matter of finding those right people, but it never starts until you take quitting off the table and say, I'm done. This is it. I'm grounded. I am rooted. I'm doing this, and it doesn't matter how fast or how slow I go. I'm going to have faith. I will get there. I've heard enough stories to know that I am going to the same place they are as long as I do what they have. And that's really, really the bottom line. If you guys liked this Zoom, know that this is a new Zoom that we are putting on every single Wednesday night at 8 o'clock. So if you need inspiring stories, if you need people doing it right now to get on and share their backgrounds and their history, every week we're going to be sharing a story from a 200K or an 80K or a 40K underneath of us that you've seen on our team. You think they're super successful. Well, you don't know their story. They are super successful, but they have had to go through hurdles to get there. And a lot of you don't know their history, their background. And we need those stories in our lives to see that if that's like, how many of you tonight were, when Katie was talking, I was like, oh my gosh, me too. I didn't grow up with a father. My mom got pregnant when she was 16. It was a one-night stand. I was like, oh my God, like me and Katie, we're like so connected. I mean, I didn't know that about Katie. So getting on these, you just go, wow, if I'm like Katie and Katie did it, Katie was a hot mess expressed in high school too. So was I. Like, you can go, oh my gosh, I was a nurse like Amanda, or I was doing this like Lisa. You realize they went through these struggles, they went through these hurdles, and they made this happen, and I can too. And we're always going to have some new people's stories on as well. I mean, tonight, if this did not show you that whatever goal you have set for yourself by tomorrow night at midnight Eastern cannot be reached, it is only because you were limiting your limiting beliefs, because these ladies on here have proven to you tonight that they shifted a mindset. You can too, starting today, and set yourself a goal. I don't care what that goal is. It could be signing your first customer by tomorrow at midnight. It could be thriving free. It could be earning $100. It doesn't matter. Whatever it is for you, set a goal and then reach that goal. Prove to yourself that you can do it because you put your mind to it. And that's really what it's about. I want to thank again all of our guests tonight: Katie Muntz, Brittany Hyder, Candace Phillips, Shannon Elizabeth, our special secret guest that didn't know I was going to call on her, Cindy Gerhart. I also want to thank Amanda and Jamie for just popping in and also speaking. You guys, but most of all, I want to thank you guys for showing up, for getting on, for pouring into your business, for pouring into your hearts and your minds, because getting on these things is where you're going to hear the inspiration that you need to move forward. It's going to be one of these Zooms that you get that golden tip that's going to change your business forever. It's plugging into this kind of stuff that's going to keep you in the game, keep you excited, motivated, and moving forward. So thank you guys for showing up. Pat yourselves on the back. Good job. We will see you guys next Wednesday. Same time, 8 p.m. Eastern, same link, and new stories from new leaders on our team, up and coming leaders and leaders that have been in for a while. But We'll have new stories next week. So if you love this Zoom, make sure you're setting your alarm, saving the link, and showing up every week. We'll see you next Wednesday. Bye, guys. Thank you, guys.